Hello guys and welcome to the channel. It's Irad, and in this video we are going to talk about ships being nerfed or rebalanced in Star Citizen, something that recurrently happens throughout the development of the game. And it seems that there is some controversy with Star Citizen, right? Once again, this time regarding the Corsair, which has been a fan favorite, flown by a lot of people across the verse for its versatility, a good all-rounder that people paid good money for as well. It has decent cargo capacity, 72 SCU, and especially people appreciated this ship for its firepower, the ability to do big missions, big bounty hunting missions, especially. Well, it seems that this is over with Star Citizen 3.24.2, as the ship is reportedly being rebalanced and the pilots no longer have the ability to shoot with all of the guns that were previously available to them. And somebody posted a question on Spectrum RSW here. They said that they appreciate Yogi taking their time out on their busy day to clarify with them their thoughts on the changes on the Corsair here. So apparently, Yogi did say that right now the Corsair is intended to spread out the offensive of. So Yogi said that right now CIG intend to spread out the offensive of bigger ships with more crew. So they want the offensive to be spread with among more people inside the ship, encouraging de facto these ships, these multi-crew ships, to be operated by multiple people. They said that it's been driven because the Corsair accounts for a lot more kills that they would like them to be. So basically that's just a first stab at getting resolved. Whether more other or different steps will be taken, they don't know yet, but they understand that the changes feel a bit odd for players who are used to playing with Corsairs and especially soloing Corsairs. So this is really something that a lot of people seem to be concerned about, right? Because if they do that with a Corsair, they could be doing that with other ships as well, including, for example, the Constellation. The Constellation has 4 big guns that the pilots have access to. I suppose that people are going to be flying back the Constellation as well. This is what I've been doing too. I have been flying a Corsair for quite some time in 3.24.1, doing bounty hunting missions, but if I cannot do that with a Corsair anymore, I'm going to go back to the ship that I was using before for these kind of missions, which was the Constellation. And yes, not everybody has friends playing at the same time. Sometimes you just want to be alone, right? Playing with friends is fun, but sometimes, you just have your own thing to do. You don't want to wait for other people to come or be ready. You don't want to deal with other people's shenanigans because, it's a game after all, Star Citizen. So sometimes people go a little bit crazy, right? You want to play a little bit more seriously, do some hardcore Star Citizen gameplay, and you want to do that on your own. Yeah, that's what these ships used to be good for, and so that's why this leaves us a little bit of concern for the other ships that are a little bit similar. Maybe that's going to be the same for the Freelancer as well. Pilots get access to 4 guns. Maybe it's going to be split 2 and 2. Who knows, right? And that's really something that I don't think is a really good idea. I think that the Corsair already had a lot of guns. The Corsair is a ship that has a huge amount of firepower. Not only did the pilot have access to 6 guns until recently, but the gunner also, the guy in the turret would have access to guns as well instead of the pilot. So when there was nobody in the co-pilot seat, then the pilot would have the 6 guns. But there were also the turrets, as I said. So 2 turrets on each side that fired also 2 additional guns, and I think that there's also an additional remote turret as well. So it's basically a small weapons platform, and this is how this ship is supposed to be used also, right? Yeah, of course, pilots could be flying this ship solo, but at the same time, there were some strong incentives to fly in a multi-crew too. I think that the reason why players are flying the ships like the Corsair solo is because Star Citizen is not really at a stage where it's interesting to play in the multi-group. People eventually give up on playing Star Citizen. They play other things simply because, they try new iterations, and they get bored of it because we are still in an alpha stage. The game is not ready for being a full live service game anymore. There's no sense of progression because of the wipes that eventually happen, and also because of the overall instability and the new features and technologies that are coming up in the future. That's what people are excited for. People are excited for 4.0, not for 3.24, and so that's why less people are playing the game and people are playing solo more. And because they're playing solo, then these ships like the Corsair are getting more kills. I think that CIG here are not reading, they're not reading the data properly, in my opinion. And worst of all, I also think that CIG are nerfing ship capabilities that were sold to us when we bought the ship for real money. People bought the Corsair because they knew they would have access to this amount of firepower. That was the big selling point. They are taking this away. And I think that perhaps this is the biggest issue with the nerfing of the Corsair. Let me know what you guys think about this situation in the comment section down below. That is all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I wouldn't be able to make all of these videos without my Patreon and YouTube members, including Dr. Frobin, Zero Crusher Deploy, with the Key to the Shadow Rise, and Kilo. I've been Iran. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.